welcome to Breakfast with Dr. J. Well, I hope you had a great week, and the cool weather is starting to dissipate. So I'd just like to say a big fat welcome to Breakfast with Dr. J. Hope you've got your cup of coffee ready. Got a great session for you this morning, and give you some ideas on how to take some action. And it's been coming up quite a lot over the last, well, I could say the last month or so. So I'll wait for a few people to pop on, and we'll get cracking. So I hope the week has been successful for you. I wonder what you've been up to. I wonder what some of your wins have been and what some of the things you've been doing. What some of the things you've been thinking. I had a great phone call with a really great friend last night. And it just echoed what I wanted to share with you this morning. Because every single day we're given opportunities. And I want to make sure that you take advantage of these opportunities. But there's also some little things that we do on a regular basis that do us a disservice. So when you come on, just say hello in the comments. I can't see, I'm not on my phone, so I can't see a little thumbs up and stuff, but feel free to do it because I'll see it when we do the replay. But say good day, all good to see you. Hello Peter, how you going, my friend? Hope things are going well. Doing a little bit of role play as we did the other day. So hope you have had some success. I'm sure it's going to be a very successful period for you for the next, well, year or two. So guys, the session today is all around about stop talking and start doing. What's that mean? I'm speaking to people, hundreds of people, sometimes thousands of people per month. And what tends to happen is a lot of people start telling me stuff that they're going to do. Morning, Gav. How you going, mate? Oh, you are a superstar. Thanks for joining me this morning all the way over in New Zealand. And the P-Man. Oh, all the legends are on this morning. Goodness gracious. Thanks for coming in, guys. Today we're talking about stop talking and start doing. Isn't it funny? We teach people communication skills and I'm sort of saying, hey, how about you stop talking? It's a little bit of a conundrum there, isn't it? But there is a method to the madness this morning. So get your cup of tea, all right? And I've got a cup of coffee here. I always like my cuppa in the morning. Have a sip yourself too. Have a trusty pen handy, and we'll get cracking. In your life, there are going to be times when you'll have these moments of impact. Oh yes. Things that you do, everything that you have today, this is quite profound, everything you have today came about because of a moment of impact. A decision that you made to take action. Picking up the phone call, being at a place where you met the person of your dreams. Just the decision, just think about it. Think about the decisions where you've made great decisions and unfortunately bad ones. They shape your life. And what you do now, right now, is a precursor to your future. If you want to predict your future and so forth, take some massive action now. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what that moment of impact or decision does, but it certainly does have an impact. Impact is what happens to you. It's about something that happens. It's called a doing. And in sales, we talk about trigger words, don't we? We talk about, instead of saying, how would you like to achieve your results? That's always outside the bubble. When we talk about sales, we talk about, hey, are you wanting to have some help, which is a doing? Are you, committed to making the changes, and do you want us to help you make the change? Now, they are trigger words that actually create a doing. But when we talk about things, I'm gonna do this and I'm thinking of doing that and I'll probably do this, these are not periods of impact. They are periods of procrastination and gives you permission not to proceed. Moments of impact are the times when you make the decisions to do and you take massive action to actually get things done. I'm finding a lot of people come out with some great ideas. We've got a lot more time on our own and we come up with these great ideas. I hear great ideas every single day. No word of a lie. Great ideas. But what I don't hear is what are you going to do? And I hear a lot of noise, and please take this the right way. I think the ideas are fantastic, but I think more importantly, actions speak louder than words. So I'm going to give you some ideas here. Thoughts create change, but only change happens when you actually do. Thoughts creates change, but only actions make a difference. The word do is something that we talk about when we want to progress and we actually make a commitment. But when I did a little presentation about a month ago, talk about I am. You're in the positive tense, and a lot of people say they're Gunna. I'm going to talk about the Gunnas in a moment. But the decision to take massive action, to actually have a plan and then take action makes a big difference. But let me just give you a little bit of heads up here. I would suggest whatever you have in here, you put it in writing first before you blurt it out to the world. I'm going to do this, or I have people say, hey, I want to talk to you each week or every month and just have a chat, or hey, let's catch up for coffee regularly. You know, don't say it if you're not going to do it. It's done with the best of intention, but sometimes that silence is more effective for you, Propriety Limited. Ideas should be actually thought about, put down, and I'll give you a little bit of a formula for that in a moment. When you get an idea, and they're going to come with you, I have a little book next to my bed, and I sometimes wake up in the evening, I have those great ideas, I'll write it down. I'll go back to sleep. Idea? Oh, write it down. I always have my book with me, because when I have an idea, everything that's happened on this planet first started with an idea. But so many ideas, even when you're driving in the car, they just go, idea, I've forgotten the idea. No action. But it was a great idea. But it has no substance. Then you have this great idea, you tell your friends, you tell all your buddies, and all of a sudden nothing takes place. And guess what? It creates a precedent for you, Propriety Limited, permission to fail. And it also gives the ethos that you're all talk and no do. Now, I'm not probably talking to you guys, but I'm seeing a propensity to do this more regularly now because we have more time on our own, and we're getting some great ideas. So, put it in writing. Now, I want you to, when you get in writing, have an action items. What am I going to do? And dates that you're going to do it. Now, the date is critical. Don't tell the world, write it down. These are moments of impact. The impact is the idea. Write it down. Put some dates. What's the action plan? And do. If you don't do, it won't get done. Isn't that simple? But people talk so it's a big talk and don't do. And all of a sudden they let themselves down. That creates a pattern to continually have perpetual failure. As I said, I'm hearing it quite regularly in these days. So I actually stop people saying, oh, okay, now what are you going to do? When are you going to do it? Tell me when you've done it. Stop talking about it and do something. We have opportunities every single day. Procrastination is the thief of time and opportunity. As you know, some of you have done a lot of my training in the past. Hey, John, how you going, mate? And what do we say when someone gives an objection? Oh, I'll send it to you tomorrow. I'll get it done to next week. You say, I'll best do it now, save some time tomorrow. You stop them in their tracks, and then guess what? We say, no, you can, but best do it now, save some time tomorrow. Look, I'll just get it done on Monday. Okay, you can, but let's do it now, save some time tomorrow. Because that stall means that things don't take place. Now, the other thing I want to make sure is the word massive action. You'll hear me say a few times today. Massive actions mean immediate action. Action is what creates a doing, an outcome. A thought is an idea. Put it into a plan. Set deadlines and dates, and then tell somebody and hold you accountable. Someone that has permission to give you an uppercut. Now, the next thing is, there was something that I wrote just the other day as an article, is why talking sometimes puts you at a disadvantage. Now, I've said it a few times already. Many people say what they're going to do, but they don't do it. I'm going to do this. I will do this. All of a sudden, it's out there in the universe, and it's sometimes good, but if you haven't given someone permission to hold you accountable, I promise you, more than 50% of the time, you won't do it. You say, oh yes, that's not right, Dr. J. Okay, You might be the exception to the rule. But sometimes silence is better. Silence is golden when you have a plan. Put it down in place. Not a secret, but put it in writing. Make sure there's an action. And what I'd like to make sure that you understand, and please take this the right way. I have many, many people give me their goals. Their goals, oh, this is my goal for the future. This is my plan. But their actions don't match their goals. They don't do anything. They say they're going to, and God, in this day and age and the climate that we are right now, we have to do more. Someone said you've got to work smarter than harder. Oh, what a lot of nonsense. You've got to work harder initially to then be able to be smarter and use your time effectively. Balance and imbalance. You have to have imbalance to get balance. The time now is to learn and take action now. And what I find, a lot of people give me their goals and so forth, and when I check on to what they've done, they've said, oh, things got in the way. No massive action. Better to keep quiet, put a plan, had some dates, take some responsibility, do the damage. There's always the blame game. There's always an excuse. Oh, I had this happen, and the family came up here, and oh, look, Doc, I couldn't do this, and there's always excuses. And I'm not saying they're not valid. But there's always reasons not to do stuff. The action item is, what are you going to do? If you say you're going to do it, do it. It's called, you got it, integrity. Everyone talks about it. They say they have it, but they don't do what they say they're going to do. Massive action is the key. Stop talking about it and start doing it. If you're not making enough sales, make some more calls. If you're coming on the phone calls, reach out for help and do it. Reach out for help, and after the act, do the role play. Something that really gets up my nose a little bit is when people start just listening to things and don't do it. They don't do their PDR, the practice, drill, rehearse. They don't do the practice, so they don't get it done. So they're then stilted, and then the skill set doesn't work because it's not a neural pathway process. They let themselves down. There's always the excuses and always someone else, and they have the blame game. Well, okay, that things happen. You know what they say? Shit happens. But still get it done. Do whatever it takes. As I said, we've got to do more. Now, here's the action plan. Be quiet. I want you to end, firstly, have an idea. Bing! Write it down. Write it down and making sure that you have a plan. Ask for feedback once you write it down. Ask for feedback. What do you think about this? Not I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Ask for feedback. Ask for feedback. Think it's a good idea? Yeah. Some people say no. Why? And then you say, this is my action plan. And then take massive action and then talk about it. This is what I've done. Now this is great for you. Because when you start to take massive action, put it in writing. Write it down. Whoa, get my glasses out. Well, I won't see there. Whoa, look at that. Live video. So, what do? Write it down. And more importantly, when you do this, guess what happens? People will take you seriously. Now, when people take you seriously, when you say you're going to do something and you're a person of action, Action Jackson, oh, watch what happens. When you are known as a person of action, because you've got a plan, you've written it down, you've set some dates, and you deliver, you do whatever it takes, you become more valuable to you, Proprietor Limited, you become more valuable to your business, and people will take you seriously. When you talk too much and tell them what you're going to do and so forth, oh, sorry, people just say, oh, well, there goes Bobby, or there goes Johnny, or whatever, there goes Jessica. They won't do it. We'll see what happens. And I know people exactly like that. The reason for today is to actually give you a little bit of a plan. I'll just say it again. Have an idea, write it down. Make sure that you have that plan. What am I going to do? Then making sure you have dates. Ask for feedback about, what do you think about this? Not I'm going to do it. And then take action and then talk about it. Then you're going to be taken seriously. Give me some thumbs up if this is resonating with you, because this is an action plan that I believe makes an enormous difference, and it is really good for you. All right. Words become things. So when you put it out to the universe and you say some stuff, write it down, and you write it down, it becomes real. They become things, and then you have an action plan, and then you create an action which actually creates an outcome. Outcomes are what we're measured on, not ideas. Stop talking. Write it down. Get a plan, put some action plans in place, put the date there, talk to someone, get some feedback. Don't say you're going to do it and then just do it, then talk about it. People will take you seriously. Consistency is the key in sales and in life in general. If you continually do what you say you're going to do, then boom, I can assure you things will take place. If you're a person that says a whole lot of stuff that fails to deliver regularly, consistently, you're going to be a goner. And that's what I want to take you about now. I want to take you on a journey of Gunnas. And by the way, I'm not saying this is wrong. Everyone has their own values, but this is a reason to stop talking and start doing. When you actually say you're going to be a gunner, you become the boy or the girl that cries wolf. You know, the person said wolf, 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 and everyone came to their rescue and said they're celebrating or helping them, and all of a sudden it wasn't real, and then when it really was going to take place, no one came. People that say they're going to do stuff, that becomes disappointing, and then people don't take you seriously. And what happens there, you'll be regarded as someone that never follows through. That disappoints you. Now, until you start to do and taking action, stop talking about it. Until you start taking action, then talk about the result. It could be a failure. It could be a learning experience. Nothing's better than talking about your failures. People learn from your failures. By the way, the reason I'm telling you this, as a young man, I used to talk about lots of stuff I was going to do. And one day I just realized I was saying I was going to do a lot of stuff, and I did lots of it, but some of the things fell through the cracks. So I started to be particular about my words. So, if you say it, don't say, I'm going to get this done. If it needs to be done, it must be done. When it must be done, do whatever it takes. And what happens is, you will have a doer, and you'll be have a track record that's going to give you so much more credibility out into the marketplace, and to your team members, and to your family, and to people around you. Stop talking and take action. All right. So what happens when you do all this stuff? There's got to be an outcome. First and foremost, it feels good. Isn't it great when you say you're going to mow the lawn, clip all the edges, get rid of that tree, and it's gone and it's done, and you look out the window and say, whoa, going to make 100 dials today, and I'm going to get a minimum of 60% contacts. I'm going to talk to 60 people, and you get 61. Yes. Little wins along the way makes you feel good. By doing, taking action, write it down, have an action plan, ask for feedback, set dates. The next thing is, it gives you confidence. Oh, just a little while ago I did a presentation on confidence. Confidence or competence? What's more important? Let's get rid of the blurriness. There you go. Confidence. If you become competent and actually get things done, it's going to give you massive confidence. So you, Proprietary Limited, are the most important human being on the planet. If you feel good, everyone around you feels good, because it creates a different energy. Don't you want to feel good? Stop talking, write it down. Put a plan together. Set some dates, talk to someone about it, feedback, don't tell them what you're going to do. Take massive action, then talk about it. Yeah, repetition is the mother of learning here, guys. I'm going to have a sip of my cuppa. Hope you have a little bit of a break, got a couple more points. Yeah. They're resonating with you. Put some stuff in the comments. Love to see some of you guys. Thanks for your thumbs up. All good to go. I want you to take some massive action on this, guys. This is, we've got a little group on here. We have lots of people watching in the replays. But the reason we come on a Saturday morning at 8:30 is to give you some ideas, not just in sales training, but also in personal development, also you Proprietary Limited action points. So, last couple of things. When you do and you succeed, you have execution, you'll have learning. And learning is really important, but you'll never learn unless you do. You never learn unless you do. Reading a book and not doing anything about it is just entertainment. You're better off reading a book 300 times than 300 books. Unless you love entertaining yourself by reading. That's simple books. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Everyone says they've read it, and I say how many times? It's usually once. Well, you just had entertainment. You probably haven't actioned a thing. So, achieve more, execute, celebrate the wins. Next thing is, it creates a success mindset. Please write this down. If we start to take some action and do what I'm suggesting to do, say less, do more, it's going to create a mindset of action. An action mindset is incredibly valuable to you. I've been helping people for plus 30 years, and before that I was in my football teams and so forth. And the 5%ers that actually don't say a great deal, they take it on board and do a bit of an action plan and do, and it's so exciting. And I want that for you. Absolutely. Learners and doers are the ones that actually push forward. By the way, we can't always be at the top of the tree, can we? And I'm not suggesting you have to be. What I just want you to do is to do yourself a favor. The next couple of things is, there's a little saying I have. It's not what you say, it's what you do. Prove what you say you've got, what you're going to do, and then celebrate your success. It's not what you say, it's what you do. The salespeople say they want to be successful, they want to do their sales, they want to get their budget. Okay, what are you going to do? You're going to do your role play, you're going to do your practice, we're going to do your calls, your contacts, and get prospecting. What are you going to do? Write the action plan down. And the other day I was in a training and I asked everybody, I said, well, you didn't make your sum a little bit behind last month. Okay, I get it. So what would you have done differently if you could have that time back to make sure that you achieved your target? And if you did it, I would give you $10,000 just off the bat. Oh, they wrote this wonderful action plan down. I said, why did you do that? They said, oh, I really want the 10 grand. I said, well, I said, if was a word if. But given that you know what to do, you said you do your role play and practice, why didn't you do it? So many people don't do what they know they should do. Accountability is the key here. Have someone accountable. Don't be a solo warrior. This is the last message. Solo warrior is really tough. As I said, get some feedback and have someone that will give you some tough love. And make a decision to do more. Do it now. And have the ethos to say, best do it now, save some time tomorrow. So in summary, what are your moments of impact, guys and girls? What are they? What are you going to take some massive action on? What are you going to do? You're going to stop talking, start taking some opportunities to write things down. And more importantly, if you stop talking and start putting things to action, you're going to be taken more seriously. And you'll take yourself more seriously. And avoid being one of the Gunnas. And become one of the doers. And talk about their lessons. If you fail, that's okay, because that's a learning experience. Tell people what not to do. That can be incredibly valuable to team members and people around you. Your family, your son, your cousins, your wife, your husband, your team members. Failures are an incredible learning experience that you can pass on. My goodness, I've made enough mistakes in my life. And I can assure you, those lessons that I've learned, I love passing them on to people so they can avoid the pain of that failure. Failures are not failure, they're just a learning experience so you can pass on a better way. And the last thing is, what are you going to do? My message to you at the end is, what are you going to do to stop talking and start taking action? At the end of the day, massive action is something that is what makes a difference. Yes, don't listen to what people say, watch what they do, and if you want to see who they really are, bingo, Peter, absolutely right, mate. That's great observation. And you are a warrior out there, I know. You do whatever it takes. So it was great having those conversations with you, mate. Gavin, yes, massive action with someone on one-on-one training with meetings. Yes, absolutely. Taking action with someone that you can share it. Talk about your actions. Report to someone on one-on-one training. Having a mentor. Someone that you trust. Absolutely. Weekly, as you said, Gavin, you're spot on the money, mate. Absolutely. You guys are leaders. I'd love you to impart that leadership mentality, that mindset to your team members regularly, as you said, Gav. It's you, the guys, that are going to make a difference. And it's your team members that can actually have the stop talking and let's start doing, have the plan, have feedback, and take massive action. That's what's going to change. Gav, remember a decision you made many years ago to do some things with, a close friend, Jamie. And you taking massive action to actually learn and get his magic skills, and then you took massive action on it. Look what you've done. You're a superstar, Gav. You're an inspiration to lots of people. They should hear your story. It would be really interesting. So the consequence here is stop talking. Say you're going to do. Stop telling people I'm going to do this tomorrow, I'm going to do this in a week's time or on Tuesday, and fail to deliver because it'll let you down. So don't say it, just do it. All right, gang, got a question before we wrap it up for the night or the day? God, I'm a bit ahead of myself already. I'll have a sip of my coffee. You got a question? Or we can have Q&A time before we wrap it up for the morning. I just love my cuppa on Saturday morning with you guys. So if you've got a question, I know there's a little bit of a delay. If you've got a question, and it doesn't have to be related to the topic this morning. It could be anything. I'll just wait for a few moments, and if not, I hope you have a fantastic week. Hey, by the way, we've got our quarterly workshop training for the Sales Authority Club. That's our membership club that we meet up with people every week, do training. We've got our video series and one-on-one calls. But we do have some casual opportunities if you are interested in joining us for DISC. It's one of the most powerful processes that I've ever learned for management leadership, sales obviously. I'll put a little link there if you'd like to link in there and register. It's only $2.97 for casuals. So if you'd like to pop along, it's on Friday though, Eastern Standard Time at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Need your pen on. And then some notes and some stuff we'll do. It is magical. It makes a huge difference. So if you'd like to join us, terrific. If not, I'm sure we'll probably catch you on another Breakfast with Dr. J. All right, gang, I haven't got any questions, so I'll say ta-ta. Have a fantastic weekend. Get out there, be exercised, be kind to everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.